Hey there guys, when Amir Khan was quizzed about Anthony Joshua and his loss to Andy Ruiz and whether he should fight him again straight away, he had this to say: I don't think he should fight Ruiz straight away. If he fights him again, it would be very hard to overcome that. I thought it would be very good for Joshua to have 1 or 2 fights to rebuild himself and his confidence. Not that he needs to do it, but while you have the opportunity to do that, you might as well. In boxing, people just want to see you in harder and harder fights. Had he won, people would want him to fight Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. He's so young as a heavyweight. This would give him a chance to improve on things and come back stronger. Then when it comes time for him to fight Wilder and Fury, he would be more ready then. Maybe defeat by Ruiz will be a blessing for him. There's always pressure on you when you get beaten, said Amir Khan. You think, do I still have it in me? People start saying you're not what they thought you would be. That does affect your mentality. You have to use the criticism as motivation. Getting beaten so early in my career, I learned to build myself up again. I had to prove people wrong, and becoming a world champion was a good way to stop critics. It was hard to take at the time, but it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me, as it made me a better fighter, mentally. So that is Amir Khan's thoughts on whether he believes that Anthony Joshua should get straight back in with Andy Ruiz. He does not think it's a good idea. He thinks Anthony Joshua is too inexperienced to be at this level, and a fighter like Andy Ruiz is too tricky, and he gets on the inside and it's just a nightmare for Anthony Joshua. It's not a good style for him anyway. He doesn't like fighting smaller fighters, and Amir Khan doesn't believe he has the experience to get past Andy Ruiz. And maybe he's right, Anthony Joshua does not have the experience, but the only thing is, he is tied into a rematch clause. He can only take this fight now. Who knows how long it would be before he could get Andy Ruiz back in the ring again, because I mean he's on PBC, so they're not going to want him to go and fight Anthony Joshua now that all of the belts in the heavyweight division are on PBC. So if Anthony Joshua were to have a few interim fights, it would be very hard to get Andy Ruiz back in the ring. And who's saying that Andy Ruiz would even be champion by that stage? We don't know who could be champion when Anthony Joshua finally gets his opportunity to fight for his world heavyweight titles again. I mean, Anthony Joshua, he had Ruiz down. He was boxing not brilliantly, not to his usual self, but still, he was in there with a chance, and again, he did knock Andy Ruiz down. And maybe if he did pick his punches better and maybe had a bit more experience, maybe learnt from the Vladimir Klitschko fight when he tried to finish him when it was too early, if he'd have learnt from that, then we wouldn't be talking about this right now. We'd be talking about him fighting Fury or Wilder. But nonetheless, I believe Amir Khan is right when he said this could be a blessing in disguise, because Anthony Joshua will learn now. Before, he thought he could just bulldoze through opponents and he could take whatever is coming back, but he can't. No fighter can in the heavyweight division, especially when you get hit with shots you do not see coming, and Anthony Joshua got hit with so many of them because Andy Ruiz is so much faster. But the one thing Anthony Joshua has on his side is he will have faster feet. He won't have faster hands, but he will have faster feet, so he can move better, and that will make it harder for Andy Ruiz to land his shots. Because if you watch Andy Ruiz, he doesn't move his feet all that fluidly. He has very good hands, but his footwork is not all that brilliant. Anthony Joshua has way better footwork, so if he brings that into his game, then he can start to break down Andy Ruiz, and the fast hands of Andy Ruiz won't be so effective in the second fight. Also, timing always beats speed, so if Anthony Joshua can time him better, just like the combination he put together to knock Andy Ruiz down, if he puts something together like that, then he can get past Andy Ruiz, he can get through the fight, but he has to be careful. If he has to box his way to a decision, then he has to do that. He just has to try and beat Andy Ruiz. But guys, what are your thoughts on the rematch? Do you agree with Amir Khan's comments? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, click the thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.